We smoked off a lot of foil, okay?
Smoked off a lot of foil, hit a lot of vapes, all of it.
Volume right here is good volume.
Okay.
So yell at each other.
Okay, got it. Go ahead.
What's up, Lindy? What's up, dude? So welcome, people. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to do this.
It's a little nerve-wracking for our first time, but I'm super stoked.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable that I'm here with Miss Lindy. Yay. Yeah, let's kick it off. Both of us are in recovery.
Yep.
Both of us work a program. I was just joking before we started that both of us have smoked a lot of drugs off of foil.
Foil, needles, vape, whatever.
Whatever. Both of us have that raspy voice to as an effect of that. All right. Well, I think what we want to do is like kind of qualify ourselves.
Absolutely.
Not get too deep into our story because I can talk forever.
Yeah.
Especially about myself.
Depending on the day for me. Some days I'm like, this is it, dude.
Yeah. But just a little bit of like a qualifier. I'm Cassie and I'm an addict.
Cassie.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm a junkie. 100%. Yeah, I struggled with addiction from 17 to 31. Mm-hmm. Got sober at 31 years old. You just hit a sobriety date.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
6 years, right?
Yeah.
When was that?
That was July 4th.
Dude.
Yeah, dude, I was not planned to get on a holiday. I woke up pissed in rehab. I was so mad. Dude, everybody's like sitting there, like eating hot dogs and chilling by the pool. I went to a nice rehab, so I was like,
good.
It was a good experience, but I woke up and everyone's having hot dogs. They're like, oh, we're doing the fireworks, and I'm like, fuck all of y'all. I'm going back to bed. Where's my meds? Like, this ain't it.
Where'd you go to rehab?
I went to SRC.
Did you?
Yeah, Scottsdale Recovery Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I loved it there. It was. I had a good experience.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about them.
Yeah. Where did you go?
Monument.
Monument? Okay.
Yeah.
So full circle now
full
working
circle.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. I was one of their very first clients when they first opened, when we were still like a PHP, IOP.
Yeah. And you're 2 years in now?
Mm-hmm. Almost.
Okay.
August 23rd,
All right,
maybe.
no fronts, but I'm like, I'm manifesting.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no fronts. Yeah, so a couple weeks away.
Okay.
And I'll celebrate.
Ooh, what are we doing?
We'll party.
Okay.
But my August 23rd, I did not wake up in rehab. I was in jail.
Got you.
So that's the day I celebrate. Got put in the back of a cop car.
Dude, detoxing in jail.
Dude, sucks.
Terrible.
It's not the move.
What were you on when you went this last time, though? Were you on fentanyl, heroin?
Fentanyl. Okay. Heroin doesn't even exist anymore in Arizona.
It's coming back. It's making a comeback. Yeah, because of all the political stuff.
Yeah. A bunch of fentanyl and methamphetamines.
Got you.
I had a bunch of fentanyl on me when I got arrested and when I got booked, and I successfully got it in.
My girl.
Yeah. And I weaned myself down from it in jail. But that's the day that I celebrate, is the day I got arrested. That's the day my whole life changed.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what day I ran out.
Yeah.
Got some commissary right when I got it.
It's really dark in there. You don't know day from night, so I don't blame you in that sense.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the day that I celebrate, the day that I got arrested. And that's the day that
How long were you in, and did you go directly to treatment after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was part of the deal for me to get out.
Got you. How long were you in there before you made that deal?
About 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah. I got sentenced to 90 days probation violation for just not checking in. And yeah, finally it all caught up with me. My probation officer put a warrant out for my arrest. Got hemmed up. And the judge was like, all right, I'm sentencing you to 90 days. Or you can get out early if a rehab comes and gets you. And I had never been to rehab before. I was like a one and done type of person.
People don't believe that it's possible, but it is.
Yeah.
So I've definitely seen that before.
Yeah. It was definitely possible. I knew I needed to get sober. I wanted to get sober. I obviously had heard of rehab, but it was like a foreign thing to me. I didn't know. I thought rehab was either like a CBI. You know, like a psych ward.
Drippy socks type situation.
Yeah, like hospital gowns.
Yeah.
Or I thought it was like Passages Malibu.
Where
like,
you had to have a bunch of money to
yeah, or like movie stars went there. I didn't know there was places like SRC, Scottsdale Recovery Center, like Monument, like Plugged In, where there's like that in between.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. Never really ever introduced to like recovery in the 12
Ignorance
steps.
isn't always bliss.
No. So, but I just heard like, yeah, like rehab, but like really I just heard the word early. Hey, you can get out early if a rehab comes and gets you. And I was like, yep.
Bet.
I'll do that. Yeah, sign me up for that shit. And I sat down there for about 2 months, so almost my full sentence, and then got out. And Monument didn't get me out, but it's kind of a long story with insurance. But about 2 days later, I got introduced to Monument. I got on the phone with JP. Have you ever met JP?
I feel like I have, but it was like a long time ago when I was working over at Purpose Healing.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. So that's like the owner and founder of Monument and my boss now.
Okay.
And they got me on the phone with him, and I was like, hey, dude, like I need to be in rehab.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, like I'm going to help you. Whether or not you come here or not, I'm going to help you. Yeah. And I was like,
whether you're not going to benefit from this? Like, what the fuck do you mean?
What do you want from me, dude? Why are you so nice? Yeah. Like, what do you...
Dude, that's what sucks about being a woman, though, too, is like, especially that's something that I had to come around to in recovery, was like that sometimes... Now, not all the time, I will say that, but sometimes the men authentically are actually trying to help you achieve a goal. So, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And not only that, like with what you're just saying, but also like being in that mentality and that lifestyle that I was living where I manipulated every man around me for my advantage. And if you had something that I wanted, I was going to get it. And you were going to give it to me. I didn't have to take it. You were going to willingly give it to me. Yeah. So it was like a very transactional relationship that I had with every man. Like, you know.
And sometimes not every man, just every person.
Yeah.
But like men was a little bit easier, at least in my experience, too.
Yes.
To get away with what you needed or wanted. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, for sure. So it was very foreign to be showed some type of like compassion and grace and empathy and help and service, because that's what it is. But I was being of, you know, we talk about all the time, like being of service, like that's so normal in the program that we work. But to me, I was like, the fuck, dude. Yeah. But I remember getting off the phone and being like, I liked him. Yeah. I liked him. I'm gonna.
You could feel how genuine he was, basically. Yeah.
Yes, it was not disingenuous at all, and walked into Monument Recovery, and the rest is history, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. When me getting in, I was tweaking in a trailer in Chino Valley. And it was me and my kid's father, and we're just homeless by ourselves, no electricity, doing the fire thing, just a lot of wood projects, like a lot of weird stuff. And I remember I had I feel like some people have like a God shot spiritual moment and some people don't, right? And I think that all the experiences are meant to happen for you because it's the way that you're going to perceive it.
For sure.
I did have one of those like spiritual, I don't want to call it an experience because spiritual experience is a change, but awakening, I guess you could say, where it's like I dropped to my knees, prayed for the first time ever, and then my mom called me, and me and my mom, we weren't great at the time, so she called me, she's like, hey, like, you're 25, you have a couple of months that you can be on my insurance before, this is how I got into the nicer rehabs.
I know.
I was just like, you have a couple of months until you can be off my insurance, so if you have any medical things that you want to take care of, I could put you on my insurance for a couple of months. I'm like, well, so about that, I'm on fentanyl and heroin. I'm in a trailer in Chino. I'm tweaking. My hands are covered in black shit. Yeah. Like I was 86 pounds walking into treatment. Now, mind you, I'm already tiny. Yeah. But I'm like 119 right now. So like, imagine, I look like walking Skeletor.
Yeah, you're tiny.
And I remember I called SRC, or I called a anorexic facility, like for anorexia, like an eating disorder one, because like I didn't think drugs were my problem. I thought it was I had an eating disorder.
For sure.
And so I was calling them first, and they're like, "Yeah, we think you actually have a drug problem," and I'm like, "Nah, it's fine. Like it's totally cool. I just like meth. It's fine." But then I finally came. I was like, "Yeah, I probably am a drug addict." I was in denial because both my parents were addicts. So I was like, "No, I'm not like them," and I'm like, "No, yes, I am." And I remember I called Joby, and it's funny because I'm really good friends with him. He was admissions at SRC at the time, and I called Joe, and I'm giving him the go around, I'm like, I'll come in a couple days, and finally he like calls me and he played the hard game with me, which for someone like me, you got to play the hard ball. He's like, if you do not get here by tomorrow, I'm giving away your bed and you will not be allowed in our facility. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah. So it was like, and like I said, I didn't know what day it was. So it was July 3rd. This is where I know people, if you really want to like get sober, you will. Like I had that experience of I lived in like Prescott, Chino Valley, Prescott. Mm-hmm. There's so many treatment centers out there. How I ended up in Scottsdale, I have no idea. But I think that was God doing for me what I couldn't do for myself. But what was funny is I get a ride to a hotel. My case aide for my DCS case or my CPS case paid for my transit from the hotel to Sky Harbor. My mom picked me up from Sky Harbor and took me to rehab. So I did that whole transit just to go in. And I remember I had a little baggie, walking into the poor front desk girl. I think she even still works there. I'm pouring this bag of meth into my mouth.
Oh my God.
As I'm walking in, and I just throw it in the trash like it's like nothing. Like it's like, this is normal. And
candy.
You just see her come back with like the gloves and like the little hazard bag and picking it out of the trash. And I'm like, what? Like, isn't this a rehab? Don't you guys have
everybody do this?
Like, what do you mean? Yeah, that was my experience. So it was a little bit different. It's really cool to hear like the day that people go in.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned your case aid.
Yeah.
Paid for that? Mm-hmm. How far deep into your DCS case were you when you got sober? How many years?
When I got sober, I was a year and a half. So
your rights hadn't been severed at that point?
My rights got severed when I was 4 months sober.
That's wild to me.
So it depends on the county. So sure. My case initially was in Maricopa County, but when I moved to Prescott, so my kids live with family out there. Mm-hmm. So, and I love them. Dude, I can't ever thank them for what they've done for my girls.
Same.
They lived out there, so we had the case moved to Yavapai, and Yavapai County is way more strict than Maricopa County, at least like from my experience. I'm not saying that's every situation. Sure. So what would have been still an open case in Maricopa County when I got sober, it was like, all right, even though I was 4 months sober, they're like, nah, you got sober too late. Hard thing to tell somebody when you're 4 months sober. Yeah. Very happy I did not relapse from that conversation, to be honest with you. Because I was about to.
Yeah.
I was like,
I bet.
Dude, if it wasn't for the friends I had already met, if it hadn't been for already starting to like kind of feel that like, that like start to feel more like myself, I guess you can say again, I don't think, like my friends rotated shifts watching me, and I'm close to a couple of them still, but they were like, dude, I got the night shift, I got the day shift, and that's the importance of the fellowship.
That's the program. Yeah. That's the fellowship right there. Yeah. I'm like thinking about where I was graduating. Well, my first 2 months of sobriety were in jail. Yeah. And then like 2 months into rehab, like I don't know if I could have done that. My rights got severed, and the very next month I got sober. Yeah. So they got severed in July of 2023, a little over 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I got sober the very next month. Yeah. I was high the whole time fighting my DCS case.
I had stints of sobriety within it. So that's like I did try, like that's one thing. And I'm not trying to harp on the court system, but I will a little bit. Like, they never gave me the option to go to rehab. Me either. Yeah, they never gave me the option to go to rehab. And like, they always, like, were trying to make it so I'd still spend time with the girls, but I would be in, like, outpatient care. Same. And I'm like, now, like, being as, like, having 6 years, being as involved as I am in the program now, I'm like, dude, this should be...
You should have told... Yeah. No, I feel the same way.
Option number one.
I feel the same way, and I agree with you. Like, I don't want to harp on them. Like, I take full responsibility.
100%.
Full accountability. Yeah. I didn't always. Yeah. There was a big part of me, even in sobriety.
A lot of
4-step. 4-step DCS. Yeah. Like, for sure. But, like, I agree... They kept having me do IOP, virtual IOP, with Sage, with Taros. I was high on IOP.
The whole time. I was the best client.
Me too. Like, what do you mean? I would move the camera just slightly to, like, hit a fucking tray. Yeah. Like, it was like, what are we doing? I would, like, do all these assessments, and they would always come back and say, she needs to do IOP. Now, knowing what I know about levels of care and detox and treatment, like, no, I need a detox.
No, and that's the crazy part too, is that like they're worried about you spending time away from your kids, but like now look at now I don't have them.
No,
like,
for
what
sure.
do you mean? Like a couple of months for what it would be. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. And I feel the exact same way. And I have to always check myself and, like, everything happens for a reason and da-da-da-da. Like, my life is so blessed today.
Oh, dude, it's fabulous. Like, we are both lucky that we have relationships with our kids despite the situation, right?
Yeah.
And I'm so beyond grateful for, you know, my ex's parents who have them. They're amazing grandparents.
Yeah, they're with dad's parents. Huh?
They're with dad's parents, and like, dude, I'm very blessed with the kid's father that I have. He's a great dude too. Like, they do everything they can. Like, we're planning a trip to Disney, all of us. Like, it's not just, you know, they try and keep me out or anything like that. Like, it's like, okay, now it's like, especially because now I'm engaged. Like, they're bringing him into the family, which is an awkward situation for him. But luckily, like, he's stepping up to the plate to where it's like, okay, it's my baby daddy, my fiance, and then his family, and we're all going.
Do they get along?
They get along great.
That's so important.
Yeah, no, they get along great, and it's like, but we get to go as this, and I'm like, as long as we all keep it about the girls, and like we get to do fun stuff like that, I'm game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so important. Yeah, same. And like my resentment with DCS, like there was always a lot of resentment with my family. The kids are with my mom. Yeah. But I was just doing a podcast yesterday actually, and I'm like, dude, she's a G. Yeah. Like, you know, here she is full time taking care of my kids, and I couldn't be more thankful and more grateful. And I look at all the cool shit that I get to do in my life with work or even just socially.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, my kids are so well taken care of. They're so loved. They have everything they need. Anything that they need further, like she knows she can come to me because I'm in the position to do that. And it's, you know, and having only 2 years sober, I know like things are just going to get better and better and better.
Yeah, it does progress. And I can tell you at least from like I know the story isn't over yet. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Dude, I remember when it was 2 years for me when, like, because I would have been a year and a half when my rights being severed. So it's always progressed from there. Yeah.
How old were you when your kids got taken?
How old was I?
How old were your kids? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I was pregnant with Elise when my oldest got taken. So, yeah. It was.
Yours are younger than mine, huh?
8 and 6.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine are 9 and 8.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be 10 next month.
Yeah. October, I'll have a 9. Oh my goodness, Jesus, they're getting so big. It's so funny though, because like everyone harps because my oldest, she's like blonde with blue eyes because of her dad.
Yeah.
Her dad's side of the family, because he actually has dark hair, but they have like blonde.
Yeah.
And then my youngest is like. I'm Hispanic, so she's like, looks like, they're like, are they? I'm like, I swear to God, we did the DNA test. They're both, they're actually sisters, I swear.
Yeah. That's so cute. And you see them pretty often, huh?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Good.
And then I saw, your kids are tall.
Yeah,
I saw, you are tall. Because I saw the picture you posted for going back to school. Yeah. They're so cute.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
Same. My daughter's, she has her little coily brown hair, and he's like blonde, you know. They're so cute.
I like your daughter's swag.
Yeah.
Like, she has her own little style, and I think it's cute.
Attitude. She is so funny. She is the hardest little 8-year-old to shop for. You would think, like a little 8-year-old girl, you'd be like, oh my God, is this cute? And she's like, no, I don't want butterflies and unicorns and rainbows. I want to wear black or solid colors. And I'm like, dude, rock on.
Yeah. I'll go shopping with her anytime. I got you.
I'm like, hell yeah. She wants to wear like baggy stuff.
Yeah.
She's like just now starting to get into like, can I get a crop top? And I'm like, oh, you're a little young girl.
Not quite yet.
She's so cute. Do they ask you about like coming to live with you?
A lot.
Yeah. That's the hardest thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things that, like, I think it's not so much, like, to live, that's, like, just to even, like, come visit me, because like, they live in Prescott and I live out here.
Yeah.
And we're very cautious of making sure that, like, you know, lines don't get crossed and stuff like that. So it's a heart-wrenching, you know, I don't think how long I could be sober will ever take away the mom guilt.
For sure.
I'm like being so for real. Like people are like, oh my God, gratitude. And like, dude, I have gratitude for so many things in my life. I probably hide that battle a little too much, to be quite honest with you, because like the mom guilt that I feel for the situation that it is, like, and for not stepping up to the plate, whatever, like, you know, not getting sober soon enough, whatever the what shoulda, woulda, couldas that go through your brain.
Yeah.
I don't think that guilt will ever go away. It does lessen at points in time.
Yeah.
But the truth is like, I will have to live with that.
Yeah.
But I have a program at least and people around me to kind of encourage me to like stay on track, because I think that is something that could be debilitating to me.
Yeah, same. I go into these rooms and still go to meetings, you know, at least once a week. And I listen to these stories of these moms and dads. And it's beautiful. And I love it when, you know, they have like a very similar story to me, doing the same drugs as me. And then like at the end of their share, they're like, I'm proud to say that I have full custody of all, and I'm just like, and I cheer for them and I mean it wholeheartedly. And then there's like a part of me that's like, fuck,
no,
dude.
you're not alone in that feeling. I feel the exact same feeling where it's like, there's that moment of gratitude for them, but there's that moment that's like, why is that not me?
Yeah.
Or
how
like,
come I didn't get it fucking together
dude,
to do the same thing?
And like, I think the hardest part for me was that was one of the things that separated my relationship to God. Most in the big, like when everyone was, when you're first getting sober and it's like, hey, you got to come up with a higher power, a God concept, whatever it may be. That was the hardest hurdle to get. I'm like, why has God continued to punish me and take away the one thing that I always wanted to be and the one thing I was meant to be? How am I supposed to trust in something like that? That took work.
So step 2 was really hard for me because of that. And I remember sitting down with my sponsor and being like, you know, believing, basically step 2 is like believing that God can bring you back to sanity.
Yeah.
And I remember we highlighted on the word sanity. What does sanity mean to you? And I thought about it for a while, and like my kids, like getting my kids back.
It was the goal.
It was the goal. That was the goal for me to get sober, especially in the beginning. Now, you know, knowing what I know, getting and staying sober for myself, for situations like what you said, like here my rights got severed and I had like 120 days sober, and, you know, I still stayed sober. I didn't get the one thing. But I'm like, well, sanity, that means restoring what I've lost in my addiction. And that was hard for me. And it was hard for me to get past step 2, which is why I love step 3 so much. Yeah. I love I feel like everyone kind of has their favorite step. Step 3 is like, that is the shit for me. Yeah. Because I was like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of any of this? My rights are done, dude. Yeah. My mom adopted my kids. Yeah. Like, that is like...
That's signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah, signed and sealed and delivered. And you and I have talked about this off the air about, like, have you looked into what it takes to, get them back? And, like, and people ask me that all the time. Well, what do you need to do to get them back? And I'm like...
I get the question all the time, and I'm like, it's not that simple.
It's not that simple. There has been so few cases to legally do it. Once an adoption is done, they're adopted. Yeah. But step 3 for me made a decision to turn my life and my will over to the care of God. And it's all about like trusting and believing in His will for you and His plan for you. And it's not by your book. It's not by your design. It is by His design that I was able to breathe again and was like, okay, like, all right, I will trust and believe that whatever the fuck He has planned for me is supposed to be what He has planned for me. Yeah. And this is all laid out the way it's supposed to be. And I don't know where this trail of dominoes is going to go and fall, but like, I'm going to trust blindly because that's the faith that I have. Yeah. And
it has to be.
It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be.
It has to be. Like, because otherwise you will go crazy with the mom guilt.
Self-will, relapse. There you go.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's what it is.
Right. And once I like really, really got that, it was so easy for me to do my 4th step because like, yeah, DCS was on that. My mom was on that. Like, fuck both you guys. You took my kids. Yeah. But then it's like, well, what's my part?
What did I do?
Well, what did I do?
I did
what's my part?
I did some stuff.
Yeah. And then you're like, you lay all your part out and you're like, well, no wonder you took my fucking kids. Thank God. Yeah. Like, you can't do that. You can't sell drugs and be toting around a little 4 and a 6-year-old. No, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
It's not fair to anybody. Yeah. Most them. Yeah. So it's like it's all laid out and designed so beautifully, and even like
steps in each order for a reason.
Yes, for a reason. Yeah, yeah. And I harp on that to like my sponsees and residents, you know, mostly the females, when I try to like go and talk to them about AA and the 12 steps, like, you know, and they're like 2 weeks into treatment and they're like, I'm going to make this amends. And I'm like, slow down.
Yeah. Well, that's always the jump.
Yeah.
They're like, I got to
be sorry.
Yeah, let me say sorry. Yeah. Like, it's kind of cute, but dog.
Wait. It is. Yeah. I always tell them, like, don't do that until you've done a full 4-step.
Yeah. I even held back on my amends. This is the one thing I did. I lied to my sponsor about doing a step 9 on the grandparents. Because, like, I was too scared to make amends to them because I knew it was an amends I only wanted to make once. And I lied to her and said that I did the amends. And what was funny about it is that I actually went back a year later and there was just, like, that moment where you're like, this is the time. And then I call her just crying on my way back home from Prescott. I'm like, I just did it. She's like, I knew you didn't do it the first time. I'm like, I'm sorry. She's like, well, how do you feel? I'm like, really scared. And she's like, oh.
Did they accept it?
They did.
Good.
Yeah, it was a beautiful moment. They just, you know, wanted me to stay on track, which is, I'm lucky that's the type of amends. You know what I mean? Because, like, not all of them go that way. No. But going back to the 3rd step, what did your sponsor have you do for the 3rd step?
The actor scenario.
Okay, the actor scenario.
The actor scenario, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I think you were one of the women that I called.
You were?
Yeah.
I was. Yeah. You were. I was. No, because I have a unique experience with the 3rd step, and that's why I kind of share this. So my old sponsor, MJ, love you dog, she had me.
I know MJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love MJ.
Isn't she?
She's the shit.
Gangster, dude.
She would be your sponsor.
She's moving back here. I'm like,
is she?
I'm like, maybe. But so with her, she had me rewrite the 3rd step prayer in my own words. Okay, and then this was the hard part. So she has you go recite your version of the 3rd step prayer either in a place that makes you feel the most serene or the place that you experience the most trauma. So that was another thing I avoided. I was very avoidant my first go around. And that's where I did my 3rd step is I went back to the house that my house got raided and the kids got taken, or my daughter got taken and then I was pregnant with the other one. I went back to that house by myself in a car, parked outside, and I just, dude, it was one of the most surrendering moments.
That's insane.
Like, well, because you're going to the spot where, like, dude, this is where you took my kids, and this is where I have to, like, all right, God, I'm trusting you. Yeah. This is my version of the prayer, too. Like, this is me giving it all to you because I have no power, and I now know that. And it sucked, but it was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life.
How riveting. Shout out to MJ.
Yeah, dude.
She's a G.
She likes to do those, like, heart-wrenching things. And I'm like, dude, that stuff's needed. I think sometimes that's one of the things that the rooms kind of slack on sometimes. Like, I love still being around old-timers because a lot of times, and I could be completely wrong, this is just my personal opinion, but a lot of time people are trying to kind of carry people through the steps lately when, like, the old-school version of AA was very much like, do it or don't.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean?
That's exactly how I am. And I give, like, I've had my sponsees be like, you give me so much homework and you have so much to do. And I'm like, it's not fucking homework, dude. Yeah. Like, this is literally, like, works of faith. Yeah. Like, whatever the fuck you believe in.
This can make a difference, I promise you. I'm not just having you do work to do work.
Yes. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a professor. This is not homework.
I didn't go to school for this.
School of Hard Knocks. But, like, no, seriously, like, each step, they'll be like, well, my last sponsor, we just did a reading. Well, I'm not your last sponsor.
Yeah, you asked me for a reason, didn't you?
You asked me for a reason, and you need me for a reason, and you used after. Yeah. You know, no disrespect to your last sponsor. I feel like everyone serves a purpose, and I'm sure they planted seeds, but, like, we're going to dive into this because my goal for you is for when you get to this with the 12th step, somewhere along there, you need to have a spiritual experience.
100%.
And it's probably going to happen in glimpses. At least it did for me.
In the page where it says spiritual experience, it said, like, other people will notice it before you do. So
right. Yeah. My sponsor did.
Yeah.
My sponsor for sure did. I remember I also had, like, 4 months sober. It was, like, December.
Let me ask you this. What do you think about geek bars?
We're not
talking.
Eric.
I we need a little clip on your hot take on the geek bars.
Listen.
God is doing for us what we couldn't do for ourselves.
Yeah. My vape is like a pacifier, and I freak out if I don't have it. I freak out if it dies. It is like the one thing that I have, like caffeine in my vape. And it's, I'm an addict. So it's like I go in on shit.
Dude, so my man's lungs collapsed.
Yeah.
From vaping.
That scared me.
So he is actively giving me a hard time because I still vape.
Yeah,
actively.
I bet.
And it not once but twice.
I know.
So I still do it.
Yeah.
But I'm like actively working on not doing it.
You're conscious about it.
Yeah, like I know that my time is coming to an end with it.
Sure.
And like,
do you like Zins?
I do. It's the oral fixation. You know what I mean? Just like putting a pipe, but vape. Like,
same.
Yeah.
I don't like Zins. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like
Do they like hurt you or do you just
I don't like the flavors. Yeah. If they had better flavors, I think I'd be into it.
Have you only tried Zyn?
Yeah.
Okay, because they have like other flavor or other brands that have like pineapple mango and like some weird there's ones that I got on GoPuff before because I was trying for a little bit. Now I've lowered my caffeine intake immensely. Like did I have any caffeine today? I have not had any caffeine today. So I'm working on the caffeine when I probably should be working on the nicotine.
Yeah.
I was like, but what are the other, right? It's like meth and heroin. I'm like, what are the other, right?
Which one?
Slow down on one.
Yeah. It's all I have.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, and I know that it's not always going to be like this. Yeah. Like eventually. My kids give me a hard time about it. And my mom smokes cigarettes. I'm like, get off my ass about it, dude. Leave me alone. But anyways, so we've talked about a lot of trauma, a lot of similarities in our story. What does your life look like today?
My life today, gosh, it's beyond my like wildest dreams, obviously, but like honestly, but like it's still weird because I am still an addict, so I'm still not always gratified, like fully grateful.
More.
I still want more. I still want more. Yeah. So that's something I'm really working on, because like I did like an outreach event this last weekend, and I'm like, dude, I'm being so wildly ungrateful. I have a beautiful home. Like I rent a beautiful house. I have a great job. I work in the roofing industry, and that's really common for people in recovery.
Shout out to all our roofers out there.
Yeah, shout out to Pro West Roofing specifically. No, just kidding. No, like I work in the roofing industry. I get to work with a bunch of people that I like really like love hanging out with. Yeah. It's fun. I have a beautiful man who's like a pain in my ass, but I love him, and he's accepted everything. You know what I mean? He's an addict too, which is already its own set of problems. So for us to be able to work through that is very very rewarding. It's cool though. We're both on our healing journey, but we never do it together. And then being able to even have a relationship with my kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's gorgeous because I have not always do I have serenity, but I know I have way more than I deserve. And I will continue to try and get to the place of being more grateful. That just takes a lot of service work and a lot of time. I think too is like because I think. The thing about recovery is that it goes in waves. I go in waves of like, this is perfect. I'm serene, I'm happy. And then I go in waves of like, I need more. But that typically when I need more, I know I have more work to do and I need to work on something else that's going on. Yeah. Which I don't always go to the 12 steps for. I seek out like outside therapy, EMDR. I did brain spottings particularly. I've had the same therapist since I was in rehab because she opened up her own private thing. So that's been dope. She calls me out on shit from like 4 years ago. And I'm like, hey, dude. Hey, I want to talk about what happened yesterday, not 4 years ago.
That's so dope, though.
Yeah. What about you?
Man, life is... it's crazy because if you would have told me 2 years ago, like, what I would be doing today, I would have been like, dude... Get fucked. Like, you're crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. It's just insane. Like, I know also that like I always joke with like my friends, like I feel like I'm the most sane one and I have the least amount of time sober. But I do think a lot of that comes because I have the least amount of time sober, that I remember how bad I was and how bad life was not that long ago.
No.
Not like, and I look at like everything that I've done in, less than 24 months. And I'm very proud of myself. Today, I just got approved, actually literally this morning, I got approved for this house that I've been looking at. Woo! I know, I'm so excited. It's this dope-ass 3-bedroom house in Gilbert.
Nice.
I'll be kind of close to you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Dope backyard. It has like, the barbecue pit and like the fire pit and the dope pool and like, that. I got a 3-bedroom to have space for the kids.
Yeah.
I drive a nice car. And everything is mine.
Yeah.
Everything is mine. I have I love my job.
Yeah.
I love my job so much. I love not only what I get to do, but like who I get to do it for.
Yeah.
Both for Monument, the place that I went to and that saved my life, but also for like the community that we serve.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding. I have more people in my corner today, like genuine friendships that want nothing from me. And that trips me out sometimes. Like that trips me out because again, like what I said earlier, all the manipulation that I've done and especially with men and just getting my way in every scenario. And it's like, I have all of these platonic, just beautiful friendships that literally they just want to hang out with me.
Yeah. And
they just want to be a part of my life in some capacity. And I have more people now that support me and will ride for me than I have my entire life. And that's not even including my family, who are also so proud of me.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my grandmother, who is an angel on this earth. Like I love her so much.
Always shout out to the grandma.
Always, yeah.
Shout out to the grandma.
Yes, dude. She is a literal angel on earth. And I was talking to her about, some other stuff. And I told her about the house. And she was just like, Cassie, I am so proud of you.
Say it like that again.
She's so cute. The way she says my name. I'm like, thanks, Mimi. I know. I love her so much. And I'm like, she's like, I'm just so proud of you. And like what you've done in such a short amount of time. She's like, I never stopped believing in you. And I'm so glad that I get to go to sleep every night. And I know that you're not only okay, but like successful.
Yeah.
And like doing it. And like, like only you can turn an addiction into a fucking career. Yeah. I'm like,
I did it.
Like, I did it. It's, my life is, I'm so blessed. I get to travel like every 2 months.
Yeah.
Like I think about like where I've been just in the past year.
Oh, dude, I've like knocked off so many states.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is real life right now, And I know it's just going to get better. And I know that if I keep doing the right thing, it's just going to get better. And if I keep, my relationship with God on lock, it's just going to get better. And if I just stay on that path that was taught to me, it's, this is just the beginning. And that's exciting.
Yeah.
Like, that's exciting that I'm like, but like what you said, like, what else can I do? What else can I do?
Dude, and I can tell you, like, even though there's a little bit of a time difference, dude, it's the same, like, in that sense. Like, it's always... what more can I do? And it can be a positive experience. It doesn't have to be always a negative one where you're like ego tripping. And it'd be like, no, I know I'm capable of more. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You can be rewarded.
Yeah.
Weird. The concept.
Yeah. You don't always have to wait for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
And when shit does happen, because it's still life.
100%.
Things happen. It's not that heavy.
Yeah.
It's not, and I know who to call, who I can get on the phone, who I can vent to. I don't have any secrets in my life anymore, so it's like I'm such an open book. That's why when they asked me to do this podcast, I was like, sure.
Yeah. What you want to know?
Yeah.
Let's bring it out.
Let's lay it on out. Like, come on, dude. Like everyone knows everything about me.
Yeah.
And I think because I'm in such a good place and I've healed from so much, and I'm so fucking proud of myself. And I'm okay with being proud of myself, not in an ego way, but just like in a, like I fucking did it.
Yeah.
I did it and I'm living it every single day. And
I'm going to continue to.
Yeah. And if I can show that and prove that and explain how I did that in a very, very detailed way. And, it wasn't, the trajectory wasn't like this. Like, it was like, a little bit.
Road.
It was bumpy.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to continue to get bumpy, but it's like the problems that I face today are nothing like the problems I was facing 2 years ago.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah, there's not a lot that can hurt me now. I'm like, dude, I hurt myself far worse than I don't think anybody is capable of hurting me. Yeah. Which probably isn't always healthy.
It's not always
the
healthy.
healthiest way to think, but also like
it's not.
There's also like a gratification in that. It's like, all right, dude, bring it on, world. Nothing can ever hurt me as much as I hurt myself.
We're so similar in that aspect. Like my really, really close friends, and a lot of people, like colleagues that I work with and work for, like they make jokes like Cassie doesn't give a fuck about anything. Like whether it's like relationships or boys or like whatever, like, and yes, a lot of that has to do with what I just said about like, hey, I've been, like there's nothing that's going to be worse than that. But I think like on a deep, deep level, it's like I've had the worst pain, dude. Yeah. Like, what the hell can anybody do to me?
There's things that are still going to hurt because I've experienced them, a couple of times. But it's like there's that weird feeling that when I'm going through that pain, it's like I'm always going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because you ain't going to take me to that level.
Yeah.
Nobody can, nobody will except for God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if so, God's trying to teach me a really hard lesson.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I've lost the most important thing in my life.
Yep. I've lost my kids. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Try me.
Try me.
Try me.
Try me.
Let's
what
go.
You got?
Yeah, let's go.
What you got? Bring it on.
Yeah. They've tried.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm still standing, bitch.
I'm right here, bitch. Let's go.
Right. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
I'm so glad we did this.
I know. I mean, this is just the first one, so we'll have much more to
unpack.
Unravel. Yeah.
Yeah, unpack and unravel, baby.
It'll be fun. I'm excited. And I'm excited for you guys to kind of hear the raw, uncut, just a couple of badass bitches in recovery just trying to make it, dude. Yeah.
Just trying to make it.
Just trying to make it and also, like, be successful at it at the same time. Like,
yeah.
I want to.
And do it with as much grace as we can.
As we can.
We can change a lot.
I will say, I'm the tomboy, so it's kind of not, like, grace is not my strong suit. But I will try my best.
Oh, you're so cute. All right, well, I love you.
Love you too. All right. Okay. We done?
Done?
Cut. If you make a blooper reel and you talk about me shitting, though, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, well.
Will you please make the intro that whatever you played was like,
Say that
testing.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Bitch.